what happens when our goddess of love retrogrades in a sign that is about love? Let's find out. On July the 22nd of 2023, Venus, our goddess of love and sexuality, is stationing, turning retrograde in the sign of Leo. Now, Venus is about our values. It's about our relationships, money, beauty, all of that. She symbolizes beauty and eloquence. And she is what matters. She represents what matters most to us, and our finances. We cannot leave money out with that. She's often referred to as the celestial lover of Mars, and she represents the divine feminine. She is the only planet named after a goddess. She represents how we accept love in relationships. And she is connected to those relationships, but it is also, she also works with those relationships that align with our values. She rules Taurus and Libra. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It has to do with earth, obviously, our agriculture, food, material. It is what we produce. It is the physical. And again, fixed earth means that it doesn't like change. It likes the same old, do what works. If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thinking. Libra is different. Libra is a cardinal air, so it's an initiatory energy. And this is about balance and harmony, fairness, justice. And it is how we relate not only to others, but to ourselves. When she is in her detriment is when she is in the sign of Aries or Scorpio. So Venus is an inner planet, and this is about personally. This is, personal. It matters to us on a deep level. And she is, besides the moon, she's closest to the earth. She is called the light bringer. As a morning star, she is visible before the sun rises, and she is visible before the sun sets. She is the feminine, and she embodies love and almost everything, and almost all that we desire and strive for. She's also about material possessions, harmony, values, justice, sensitivity, gentleness as well. And she's about comfort stuff. She likes the luxurious stuff, very comfortable. And she is all about having that awesome human experience and, feeding the senses, feeding all of the senses. She is often referred to as the celestial lover of Mars. So she represents the divine feminine. She's the only planet, not asteroid, but the only planet that is named after a goddess. She represents how we accept love in relationships. So with that, she tries to align, she helps us align with those relationships that support our values. And these associations will be highlighted in each sign that she visits. In Leo, she entered the sign of Leo on June the 5th, and she will be there until September 3rd. We will leave her retrograde shadow on October the 8th when she will move into Virgo. So when she is in Leo, it is a time for us to explore our love connections, our personal values, money, what we're spending our money on, as well as resources. So during the retrograde, we are reassessing our relationships, what we're spending our money on, our values. So we are reevaluating all of those, as well as our motivations. When she's retrograde, she's really not sure what she wants. So she's trying to figure that out. And how to do that is reassess things, right? And she offers a time of renewal within that sign as well when she's retrograde. With the aspects that she's having with Uranus, this is really encouraging us to challenge our social norms that are set upon us through society, right? So, and this with Uranus's aspect here, we're being encouraged to discover new ways or new approaches to things on these certain areas of our lives. So Venus is beauty, romance, creativity, self-expression, desire, money, love, fashion, relationships, so forth. Now, she's the feminine, and she embodies love, and almost all that humans strive for, the desires and the passions, material possessions as well. She wants harmony, keep our values in check, justice, sensitivity, as well as gentleness. She wants comfort. She wants comfort, and she wants to explore all of the senses. Taurus represents our senses, and she wants to have it all. She wants to enjoy this human experience as much as possible. She's connected to water, and so this is more inward and inconspicuous. So this is looking at that inner side of humanity. Her metal is copper. Copper is a wonderful conduit of energy. And copper is actually essential nutrient for the human body to make the red blood cells, and to maintain the nerve cells, to make sure that they're healthy and functioning properly, as well as bones and our immune system. So the areas that she governs is the face, the skin, the uterus, the nerves, of course, male and female genitalia, and, just reproduction. And the interesting thing about her is that she spins opposite direction of other planets, and it takes her 243 Earth days to turn, okay? And it takes her 225 Earth days to orbit the sun. So she is fairly different. She stays in each sign for approximately 23 days, but also she can go as far as 2 months. And that is, when she is in Leo, she will be in Leo for a while as she is retrograde. So in your birth chart, Venus represents your desires, your love of life, your ideas of comfort, how you receive love and fulfillment, about material possessions and how you will get them. I mean, is it going to be through you? And, it depends on the sign that she's in. And she's also about our taste in art, all the artistic talents, as well as priorities. So again, she's all about the senses. So this includes entertainment, music, dances, all of that kind of artistic endeavor. She's also about sex and food, fashion, perfumes, and she is all about the aesthetic. Her placement in your chart is one's financial situation, as well as how you receive love. This also deals with partnerships and the likelihood of obtaining financial independence, versus not. Also, this is connected to values, personal possessions. And I hate to say guilty pleasures, because for some reason in the United States, people have a problem with pleasure. Pleasure is not a bad thing. We just have to learn moderation. Pleasure in moderation is absolutely wonderful. Now, when she is in Leo, Leo is about love and romance and creativity and self-expression, desire, money. Did I say love and fashion? But Leo is also about courage and pride within yourself. So when she's in the Re's, this is all about the Re's. It's reassessing, reprioritizing, also rekindling. So this is a good time that old loves can come back into your life. For those relationships that you had that were kind of like, the one that got away, like you had this person, and this person was great and all, but they got away. It just wasn't the time. This could be a time they could be coming into your life, and you could be rekindling that. This is also with the Re's, with the X's. This could be, did you learn your lesson the first time too? So please consider that. Also, this doesn't just mean lovers. This could be friends. Maybe a friend that you've dropped, your friendship that has dropped off and before is coming back around. And this is going to, with her and Leo, this is going to be in matters of the heart. Also, it's going to address codependency. Where are you codependent? Where are you being authentic? This is calling for authenticity, awareness of, Leo is about self-expression. So this is about you being true to who you are. This is also awareness for the things that you desire and evaluating those things. You may be at a time where, maybe, 10 years ago, you wanted this, but now you're like, well, I'm older and I really don't think that fits. I've had all these different changes and all these different things that's happened in my life. And that's just not something, that's not an avenue that I want to go down. You could also, during Venus retrograde, you could also want to change your looks and change your appearance. I would suggest that you wait until after Venus is retrograde, after she goes direct, to do those things. Now, if it's something that you've been thinking of for a while, if it's something that you've been planning, that's one thing. But if it's just something that you're thinking of now, I would kind of wait until, after she goes direct. I think September the 3rd, when she goes direct, before you do those things. Because even though we'll still be in her shadow until October the 8th, and then she will be moving into Virgo then, we'll still be in her shadow, but it won't be as strong as it was. And change is definitely in the air. We've had our nodal shifts happening, and yeah, this is through this change and through this situation, we are really, it's almost like a renaissance, like a rebirth. Where in Leo, she wants to transcend all the boundaries in love. And she does not like, the like a boundary or the all of those boundaries. And when she goes into Virgo, this is going to change that energy, because she's not going to be as happy there, because it is, Virgo is very it's very exacting, and it's very constructing. So when she moves into Virgo, that is going to be considered her moving into her detriment. She's not going to be that strong there. She's also considered fallen. So take advantage of this time. She will be in Virgo from October the 8th through the November the 8th. So it will definitely, and that will definitely be a time where love will be expressed in practical means, in practical ways. When she does move into Virgo, it's going to be that love needs to make sense. So let's talk a little bit about where this actually began. This actually started on the last lunar eclipse that happened in the sign of Taurus on October the 19th of this year. I'm sorry, last year. We haven't got to this year yet of November the 19th. So back on November the 19th of 2022, do you remember what happened at that time? So you can look at 28 degrees and 36 minutes to 12 degrees and 12 minutes of Leo. That's where that energy is hitting. And this is actually the first time in 211 years that Venus spends the whole length of her stay in one sign. The last time before that, that year was like 1812. So we are really going to be having the full impact of Leo energy. And, you know, Leo sometimes, Leo can be, it can exacerbate things and make things bigger than they are. So this could be an emotional time for some people. So just keep that in mind. So currently, the last time Venus was retrograde in Leo was July through September of 2015. So this is going to connect us to that time as well. You can look back in your journals. Hopefully you are keeping journals. Those are very important. We can look back at that time and reflect upon the changes that happened during that time. So it's like a reset. So I will say that, you know, through this, Venus is really going to be looking at self-love. Leo is associated with the relationship to the self, such as self-love and inner pride. You know, Leo wants you, it's the higher consciousness. It wants you to be your best self. So this is important because as Leo represents the heart chakra, Venus retrograde can bring heart healings. We can have a moment where we are healing our heart from past heartbreaks. It can be a time of forgiveness, especially when she goes to Trine Chiron later on in August. I don't have that day before me. I do apologize. But when she does Trine Chiron, that's going to offer us some more healing there. But she is looking at those things that we are holding on to that can be toxic to us, such as loss and grief and disappointments, those times that we felt abandoned. You know, and this could be a time where those triggers could be coming back around. You could start feeling this again. Also, shame. Maybe you're ashamed of something that you did. This is a time to forgive yourself and to move forward. Remember, you're human. You're going to make mistakes. And as long as they're not fatal mistakes, they can be fixed. We have to realize that things can be fixed. It's not over with unless it's fatal. We are going to make mistakes. So this retrograde isn't just going to be about love and partnerships. It's also going to be about our deepest value and how we value ourselves. Venus is internal. She is our heart's compass. And she's about how we allow ourselves to connect or not with others. She will definitely mix things up, and she will offer us moments of self-reflection, moments of revisiting old patterns that we may have. And again, I'm going to say this, We cannot revert back to our older ways. Remember, we are looking at growing. We do not want to be in an echo chamber. So she is revisiting those old patterns to see the higher truth so that we can learn and grow from that. Leo is about creativity, passion, heart, loyalty, and pride. So all of these are going to be looked at within ourselves. You may be wanting to experience with new styles, maybe new passions, maybe you have a new desire, or it could be a new love affair brewing. I'm not going to encourage you to find new relationships during a Venus retrograde, because it's more of an exploration time. It's more of her figuring out what it is. Where is her values? What is it that she loves? Does she really want to be in a relationship? Does she want to share things with others? So you could see grand gestures happening at this time. This could be enhanced passion. I will say this is a great time to get creative, and as well as not just getting creative, but displaying affection, right? This could be the grand gestures of proposing to someone, right? At a baseball game, those kind of things. So also she's wanting you to look, are you giving and not getting? How is this reciprocation happening? Are you the one giving all the love and not getting anything back? Again, she's looking at where we are pouring our energy into, and if it is in fact helping us, if it is feeding us, or if it is draining us. So, she's offering us a time to pull back and to figure out these things. Are you over exceeding yourself? She's saying you need to fill your own cup first. So, Taurus it's very interesting, because Taurus is related to sexuality, and Libra is created to balance. So, whereas in this, she's working within these energies. Now, when she does, like I stated, in Virgo, she's showing she's not as strong in Virgo, but in Pisces, now that is where she is going to be very, very comfortable. And she feels like she's at home, because in Pisces, she's feeling like she can just explore herself. She doesn't have any limitations. And of course, that will be later on down the line. But that's why we're having to have this retrograde, so that she can reassess these different areas in her life, and to see if this is exactly where she's wanting to go. She's having to, this is what I wanted at one time, and this is not working for me. How can I fix this? How can I make this better? And so forth. We could see during Venus retrograde, we could also see some karmic closures. We could see the endings of relationships. It is about clearing and addressing things that need to be addressed, as well as a learning period. There are some major breakups that happened in 2015, the last time that Venus went retrograde. So you can go back and look at that. Every 8 years, Venus revisits each sign. So that's why we go back to 2015, July and September. This year, she is retrograding on Mary Magdalene's feast day, which I think is absolutely remarkable, because Mary Magdalene represents a very strong feminine figure that was chastised, that was silenced against those who did not think that she belonged in the position that she was in with Jesus or Yeshua. So her story has been very much polluted, convoluted, and profaned. because she did go on to teach some of the teachings that Jesus had. And, you know, she was the apostle of the apostles. She was supposed to carry out that teaching, but we know that that did not happen that way. Mary Magdalene is the divine feminine. And so it's very interesting that's happening. Also on the 22nd, when she retrogrades, the sun is shifting. The sun will be shifting from the feminine Cancer energy over to the masculine Leo energy. But, you know, Leo is about love and that sort of thing, which is right up her alley. Pluto will also still be in a square with the sun's as well as our nodal axis. So we are being asked, if you were to eliminate yourself of someone, something, or situation, where would you find joy? Joy is searching for you, especially with Venus and Leo. But we're having to look at these things. So Chiron is retrograde as well. And with him retrograding in Aries, he's going to be stationary pretty much throughout the rest of July and into August. So with Venus retrograde and Chiron retrograde, we could see some triggers come up, especially related to relationships and love. We could have some very deep wounds that can come to the surface that need to be healed. Also, you know, I will say it can be an emotional time because there could be things leaving your life during this retrograde. It could be emotional. It could be your relationships that you're having to release. And this doesn't mean love relationships entirely. This means any relationship. This could be with your job, a partnership. Maybe you own a business with someone. This could be some friendships where, you know, I've had to do that too. I mean, I've had to look at friendships and say, you know, this person only contacts me when they want something. They don't want to contact me to talk about me and see how I'm doing. They only contact me when they need me for something. And while, yeah, we're supposed to help each other, again, that's supposed to be give and take, not just one person giving and the other person taking. It's supposed to be reciprocal. You're supposed to give and take. Venus is connected to the number 6. And the number 6 is about giving and taking. It's about a balance and a harmony that needs to happen. So when she does have her aspect with Chiron, that can bring up some very deep emotional wounds that maybe you thought that you've dealt with them before, but they're coming back again, saying, oh, wait a minute, we're not done here. They're coming up because this is a karmic closure type of energy. So they're coming back up so that you can heal them completely and you can release them. That is the biggest thing, is releasing them and letting them go and not holding on to them anymore. This is a big aspect that will definitely impact a lot of people. And you'll have to look at where Venus is in your chart. If you have Venus in Leo, well, yeah, this is really going to impact you. But you have to look and see where it is, where this is going on in your birth chart. If you need help with that, if you let me know, I can send you a place to get you a free birth chart and you won't have to guess any longer. So with this retrograde, we are being asked to transcend this old way that we were. to get out of that, if we were being in places where we were being the victim, where we were being taken advantage of, where our values are not being honored. We have to understand that, yeah, we may have boundaries too, but other people have boundaries as well. And our rights end where another individual's rights begin, and vice versa. And with the nodes, with the North Node conjuncting Eris, which is Aries' sister, this is going to be major, because Eris is going to make sure those voices that are not being heard will be heard. And this is the feminine. This is feminine energy that's going on. But when Eris is serving justice, she's going to serve it around the table. So it may be, related to the feminine, but this is going to go into for masculine as well. Leo is a masculine sign. And this is really going to, because there is a part of the masculine that's not being heard, and there's a big part of the feminine that's not being heard. They're both being suppressed, and, these different ideas that can be outlandish are being, are surfacing at this time. So this is a great time to look and say, you know what, I'm spending my money in this, and this isn't honoring who I am, and it's going against my values. So I am pulling my money out of it. You're in a relationship that doesn't honor your values, you're pulling yourself out of it, and so forth. You get the idea of what I'm talking about. When planets, I want to say that, as planets move through the signs, this is their journey of, this is their spiritual journey, so to speak. And planets show, when planets are in positions where they're not strong, that is when they show their true colors. So as she is in Leo, and as she is doing well in Leo, but she is, retrograde, so she's having to go back and reassess a few things. When she moves into Virgo, she's going to be, she's going to be in her detriment. And that is when she's really going to show her true colors, because she's not going to be comfortable. It's just too exact. It's just, Virgo, everything has to line up. This dot has to connect to this one. There's no, it's very, it's very logical thinking, very, what is the word I'm looking for? It's very, very construct. Whereas in Leo, she's able to rejoice. She's able to have that fun and have that love and bask in that. And she wants to do that. She doesn't like limitations. So when she enters Virgo, that will change. So this retrograde is very much needed so that we can do that reassessment that we need in our life. So when we move into Virgo, we can focus on relationships that are reciprocal in nature, relationships that, we have desire in, partnerships that we have, we're going the same way. But again, we don't want an echo chamber. We want diversity. Diversity helps us grow. It helps us see a different perspective other than our own. So as she is making her journey through her retrograde, she is taking us with her. That is allowing us to work through these things as well. In the tarot card, Taurus is represented by, is associated with the Hierophant card. And that is about the material world as well as sensitivity. But Libra is the Justice card, which is about morals and justice. So this is what we're looking at. She may have fun and she may love to explore, but she also has values and morals that she still upholds. So while she may be free, she's also going to understand that other people don't have her same point of view, and she will respect that. But she's definitely telling us that we need to leave those places where we are no longer being served. So I hope you all have a wonderful Venus retrograde. I hope that you discover many things. I hope that you are able to work through these issues. If you are going through a hard time, I hope that you're able to work through these and to really ground and center yourself. Bring out the Hierophant card, bring out the Justice card if you have a tarot deck. Bring those out and sit with those and understand. Ask yourself, what I'm pouring my energy into, whether it be, my energy or my money, is it truly where I am? I've already pulled my money out of stuff. I've already said this doesn't meet my values. This is not agreeing with me. This does not represent who I am at all. So I've had to remove myself. I've had to remove my money. I don't want that energy connected to me. And this is what it's about. We have to be authentic. We have to live our authenticity and be authentic. We are unique individuals, yes, but we are also having to exist in a collective. And we have to acknowledge that. We have to be able to have our individuality as well as rejoicing with our community. All right. That is it for Venus retrograde. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And I will see you next time till we meet again. Many blessings and merry part we merry meet again.